Hi, I'm Jason Pearson. I'm a personal trainer, and this week I'm going to look at my hamstring recovery progress. Now, I've talked about this a couple months ago in this video. That was when I was just starting out the treatments that my doctor recommended. The first visit I had with him was on March 13th of this year, and my last, hopefully, visit with him was on June 9th, just about 3 months. And in that time, I had 5 sessions of the shockwave therapy, which I detailed in that video, and also kept up with the Askling protocol stretches that he recommended. So I did notice throughout those 3 months that as I went along, the daily little twinges that I would feel went away. So just sort of living stopped hurting. Moving, like going for walks, going up hills in particular, and demonstrating exercises to my clients and things like that, those still hurt. So I wasn't 100% sure where I would be when I finally went back to him at the beginning of June. I was cautiously optimistic that things would be good, but I wasn't sure. Part of that, I think, is when you're recovering from an injury, you get this sort of mental snapshot of what it felt like, and any pain refers you back to that. A little sidebar about ultrasounds. I would suggest if you have an injury to get an ultrasound on it before you get an MRI. It's cheaper, very likely to get you results that will help you know what's going on. All right, so I'm going to show you what the ultrasound looked like. So in March, you can see the injured area where this arrow is pointing. You see all that black in there. That is the tear in my hamstring. The area to the left of that kind of black area is scar tissue. In June, same area, you can see in that black area now there's a whole lot of little tendrils growing in there. And the whole thing looks much healthier, right? You see not nearly as much black and all these little tendrils of muscle growing back. And so that was really good progress. So the doctor that I saw was very happy with that. He considered it to be about 75 to 80% healed based on that, and in a really good place to amp up my rehab. So I started adding Nordic curls in, and I also started doing sprints. Now, I wasn't going from 0 to sprint. He recommended doing a jog and then speeding up from a jog to wherever the leg let me go. Not going to 100%, not sustaining for very long, but just trying to see how that felt. And the exciting thing was I was able to actually go further and faster than I could all of the time I was injured. When I was injured, I could sprint probably 70% of my max, but I just couldn't, the muscle just would not go any faster than that. I can now go past that point and up to like 90%. It's very easy and doesn't hurt. I'm very excited by that. There's a little bit of recovery that has to happen. I'm icing it. I'm taking it easy, like I do my Nordic curls. I wait a day, see how everything feels before I get too excited and do more. And the first time I did them, the next day, bit of fallout. In fact, I needed to take 3 or 4 days off, completely off my legs after the first ones. But then the next time I did them, it hurt a little bit the next day. No big deal. I did them yesterday, and today I don't feel it at all. So it's getting better in that regard. When I did the sprints, a couple times I've done the sprints, a little bit of fallout afterwards, but nothing too terrible. And then this coming up Friday, I will be reffing for the first time in a year. And I'm very confident I'll have no problems with that because I know I can sprint. I know I can keep up as much as I need to for one game. Now, I'm not going to go out there and play Ultimate for several hours. I'm not going to try to ref multiple games. I'm going to see how I feel after this one, see what the fallout's like, and then take it from there. My goal is to be able to play Ultimate in the fall, in Fall League, and to start running and amping up my workouts before then. The other thing is that my leg muscle has really atrophied quite a bit on the left side. My very scientific approach to this, I just took a measuring tape and I measured around my leg at about the same spot, and it seems like my left quad is about 1 inch smaller in diameter than my right quad, which is a lot. So I'll do things on both legs, obviously, but then I'll do a little bit extra on my left leg to try to build it up on its own. I'm very happy with where I am right now. I'm very happy with how things are progressing, and I know that as long as I'm smart, about how I amp up into things. I should be back to running and playing and doing everything I want to do by the end of the summer. The doctor said by the end of July, I should be able to go out there and just really start training hard without fear of anything going wrong with the leg. That doesn't mean, again, that I can go out there and sprint and sprint and sprint and sprint. That means I got to start amping up my training to build the muscles back up. The other thing I got to build back up is my lung capacity, my stamina. That's all going to be out the window. So got to build all that back up, and I imagine by next summer I'll be back to hopefully top shape for a 56-year-old and ready to take on the next adventure. Thank you for humoring me during this video. If you liked it, please tell your friends, like and subscribe, and as usual, stay healthy.